What it do, y'all? It's your girl Makeup and Travel, and for today's video your girl is here to bring you my latest video in my must-have must gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all of the Instagram pages that I follow to get all of this makeup information. Lastly, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. Lately I've been adding some affiliate links. If you don't like that, then feel free to just search for the item in the Google search by yourself and you won't have to do anything associated with me. I have the links indicated based on an asterisk at the back, or I always have a affiliate literally spelled out. It just depends on how much room I have in my description box left. I think that's about it. Let's get into this makeup news. Okay, I didn't specify earlier, but I am recording this on Saturday, so I'm gonna have a little bit newer information in this video, but I also still have quite a bit that I did not talk about, but this is still gonna be a lot shorter than last week. So let's get started. NARS has their limited edition collection. It's called the Uninhibited collection. There's an eyeshadow palette, there's a blush duo as well. I think the eyeshadow palette actually looks cute, but it's not something that I can't get from an indie brand, and at this point I want to spend more of my money towards indie brands, so if I can get it from them, I am going to. Valentine's Day, there's some more Valentine's Day collections. This one happens to be from Etude House and like Hershey's Kisses. There are 3 different eyeshadow palettes. There's some other kind of accessories with each palette. These are a little bit too neutral for me. I don't like all brown palettes like this. It's just not screaming to me. Also, it's not enough colors. I like to have at least 6 colors minimum. So until then, I think I'm gonna pass on that. Odins Eye has come out with the new collection of lipsticks. They're called the Fairy Lipstick Collection. It is now available, and there are a couple of different formulas, and I've seen quite a few people swatch these, lip swatching them. I haven't seen anybody of my complexion. They do have a model what looks to have a deeper complexion, maybe even 2 different models, but I haven't seen like an actual YouTuber or even an Instagrammer, to my knowledge, physically swatch them with my complexion or deeper. Like I said, I am very interested in trying this collection, as well as quite a few other things from Odins Eye, but I will be talking about, you know what, let's just get into it right now. They're also sneak peeking a full-on another collection. It looks to be a lot more colorful mattes, maybe even shimmers. I don't know, maybe they're doing this to kind of provide more color for people who don't like glitter. It also looks like they have a couple more 6-pan palettes and some form of, I would say, a cheek product, maybe a highlighter or a blush. It just stay tuned for tomorrow's post. So they'll be showing us in my time on Sunday, I'm assuming. Yeah, on Sunday. So when you're watching this, I will know more. I most likely will go ahead and pick up something from both of these collections and previous collections that I've been wanting to try out. This is one of the brands that I've been wanting to try in 2021. I really want to see what they look like on somebody of my complexion. There is another YouTuber who somebody suggested, because I talked about wanting to try the brand. Her name is escaping me. Sophia's Closet, I think that's her YouTube name. She looks like she is somewhere around my complexion. So I do appreciate the person that told me to look at her channel. I am subscribed and everything, but I still would like to try it for me and to kind of see what I feel about the brand. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to try at least 2 or 3 lipsticks from that new lipstick range, probably 2 or 3 products from the new collection, and then some old products. So I'll be doing a pretty big overall review on the brand, probably sometime soon, just depending on how long it takes the package to come to me when I buy it. Odins Cosmetics has come out with the Serendipity palette, and this actually looks very interesting. Odins Cosmetics, I feel like, comes out with so many products, or maybe they just sneak peek a lot, and so I kind of feel like I talk about a lot of their palettes over and over again, but I don't think I've talked about this one. I don't think. I like the different shades, and I think the yellow really adds something interesting to this color scheme. It looks like you can pre-order. Oh, I see. It looks like a bunch of people already pre-ordered this and they were having problems actually getting it in their hands. So that's interesting. I definitely am very interested in that palette. Like I've said multiple times, there are quite a few palettes from this brand that I'm interested in. Hopefully I'll pull the trigger soon. I have 3 packages makeup wise on their way to me. In some form of way. One, my P.O. box is hiding from me, and the other 2 I think are literally on their way. So I'm trying not to have too many things coming to me. I'm trying to, you know, remember you have other interests, you're trying to be debt free, all of that stuff going into all of the purchasing that I would like to do. So we'll see what happens. Kaja is coming out with some more lip products. They have a lip balm and a lip scrub that both look to be like in a pot form, and then they also have some lip glosses. These lip glosses really remind me of the packaging and honestly the coloring of Tower 28's. Not to say that Tower 28 created the shades, because they didn't, no, but they really remind me of that brand. And I've been wanting to try their lip glosses. So I think just because I don't have any connection to Kaja as a brand, I'm gonna go ahead and pass this, and I will try and pick up at least 1 or 2 of the lip glosses from Tower 28. I hear nothing but great things about the brand. A black owned brand that I fell across lately is called Ezikal Cosmetics. They have 2 products that have really been shown and displayed, and they both look interesting. They both look interesting. I will say the bigger one, the block packaging, or the block square pans, kind of reminds me of Lick and Lash, just the format and like the amount of shades and stuff. They definitely doesn't remind me of a palette that I specifically have from the brand, but just, you know, the overall essence of that palette reminds me of that. And yeah, so I'm definitely interested. I haven't heard anything about this brand at all, but I'm definitely interested to see what anybody has talked about the brand, to see if I can find anything about the brand, because if not, I would love to be one of the first to try it, because I love to try indie makeup. What's next? Wings Cosmetics. They're based in Puerto Rico. They came out with the new eyeshadow palette, and it's called Essence. I like the green and purple part, and that's pretty much all I really gravitate when I look at this palette. Those are the shades that I look at. So for me, I know I can pass, and I only say that because I have the the Paulina palette, and that has greens and purples. So I just don't need this palette to get that same kind of vibe, and so I am going to go ahead and pass. MAC Cosmetics is coming out with another collection that looks to be a banger to me. I am very, very excited. So this is their Black Cherry collection, which I'm assuming is their celebration of the cherry blossom season. And that's interesting. It's very, very interesting. It's, in my opinion, it's coming kind of late. But anyways, we're gonna let that go. They have lipsticks, lip balms, and blushes. The blushes are the thing that I really am excited for. If I can, just like looking at the pan and the packaging, these remind me of their, let me get them. Remind me of their Extra Dimension blushes. I have 2 or 3 of these. This was my favorite one. I was trying to hit pan on this thing for so long. It is ridiculous. And this is in the shade Rosy Cheeks. I love this shade. This was the very first glowy blush shade that I had in my collection, and since then I have been on a glowy blush train, and so I'm very interested. The shades that they have are Under the Plum, Dilly Dolly, Look, Don't Touch, and Room to Boom. I'm intrigued. I don't know which one I would pick up, if honestly I'd pick up any of them, because looking at the shades with straight light on them, they look a lot lighter than I would personally like to put on my cheeks. But we'll see what happens. And I don't see any pricing either, and I need to know the pricing. So we will see what happens when it comes to that. Dominique Cosmetics has launched a whole new palette. By the time this video airs, yeah, it's already available, and this is their Transitions palette. I like Dominique's formula. I think it was smart of her to do a palette like this, because in the past she's had a couple of trips, oopsie daisies, when it comes to her shimmer formulation. But one thing that everybody, regardless of the palette that they've picked up, has always said is that her mattes have been bangers. Now the palette I picked up, I actually enjoyed her shimmers. They weren't metallics, but I enjoyed them nonetheless. So I think this palette is going to really bring people back to her brand, picking up more products, because they're going to be like, I already knew I liked her mattes. This is a very basic and everyday palette. I'm going to get a lot of use out of this palette. So I think it's very smart for her. For me, I just don't need it. I don't need it. It's not something that I'm really interested in. And so I am going to go ahead and just continue to pass. But kudos to her. And like I said, it looks like a really good palette. It is $48, which isn't bad. And if you've tried the brand, I mean, I'd say definitely go for it. And just from the formulation that I've tried, I'd say go for it in case you really like the color scheme of that palette. Profusion. So I didn't see these before, and I just wanted to talk about them. They are what looks to be a monochromatic duo. So you get, like, I guess 2 palettes or something. I don't really know. The palettes look interesting. I think this is a very interesting take. The yellow one doesn't look too yellow. That looks more orangey to me. So I don't know how different your looks are going to really come out from the actual orange one. But I think the blue one looks really, really nice. Same with the pink one. If I didn't have as many pinks as I've now grown to have in my collection, I'd probably pick that one up. The blue one, I just feel like I have a lot of blues, and everything else I'm just good on. But I just thought this was really, really interesting, and it's only $7. So in case you don't want to support ColourPop for whatever reason, I'd say this is a really nice other option. And I hear great things from people really raving about Profusion as a brand and their formulations. Makeup Revolution has come out with a new concealer. This is their Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer. I've tried quite a bit of Makeup Revolution, I feel like, and for me, where they shine is their base products. Between their foundation, their concealers, and their bronzers, I think those are really their areas where they shine. So I would say go for it. I don't necessarily, like, looking at this, I wouldn't necessarily be able to, like, immediately pick out a shade that would work for me. But I also am not a huge fan of concealers with those types of doe foot applicators. It's not a doe foot, well, I guess you could call it, what, sponge applicator. That I'm not a fan of those types of concealers, so I'm definitely gonna pass. But, and it also, doesn't it remind you of the Charlotte Tilbury a little bit? Either way, it's just not something that I personally want to pick up. Persona Cosmetics has come out with their own version of tinted lip balms. Once again, I feel like this is going to be something where you can get at the end of 2021, you're going to be able to get a tinted lip balm from any brand that is your favorite or not your favorite. So I don't feel the need to pick this up personally. I already have one for a brand that I really enjoy, and there are a couple other brands that I do enjoy that I would like to get one from in the future. So no need for this to be my first product personally from Persona Cosmetics. Okay, 2 things. There are going to be some Vanessa Myricks Twin Flames in the next Trim Move box. And also, these are now available on Vanessa Myricks' website. These look to be more iridescent, whereas her first collection was a lot more dark and sultry. I still have yet to try the brand, and I still honestly haven't even tried the Trend Move box. Apparently, the volume with Vanessa Myricks is coming up soon. I think I'm actually gonna go ahead right now, if all of these pop-up blockers will stop popping up. I'm actually gonna go ahead and sign up, because if I can get a Vanessa Myricks, if I can get 2 Vanessa Myricks, so I just went ahead and signed up for the Trim Move box. I did that because 2 shades of the Vanessa Myricks Twin Flames are going to be appearing in there, and I would love to try them. And I believe the Trim Move boxes just historically are going to be cheaper than what it would cost to actually buy them separately. So I mean, I think I might pick that box up. We'll see what happens, but I'm intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued. Morphe Cosmetics is launching a soft focus foundation, and it's coming to Ulta on the 31st. For me, that's interesting. It's coming to Ulta before Morphe stores. Very interesting. It's coming in 40 shades, oil-free, skincare infused foundation that delivers a natural finish for healthy skin. It's long wear. Doesn't tell us how much coverage. And it doesn't tell us how expensive this is. I think kudos to Morphe for continuing to bring out a decent shade range. I feel like that is the one thing they've done well. If I can remember correctly, their old foundation, I think a lot of people didn't like it because it smelled. Am I right about that? I don't really know. I don't pay too much attention to Morphe, if we're being honest. Overall, I'm good. I've said multiple times, I don't need to bring any more foundations into my collection. I've already gone through my like 2 years of like only buying foundations, it felt like. So I still have quite a bit of foundation left over, and I just don't need any more. Yardy Couture Cosmetics, which is a UK-based indie brand, has come out with their Holiday Romance collection, which includes 5 ultra matte liquid lipsticks. I'm past the time where I feel the need to have an ultra matte liquid lipstick on my lips. It makes sense for people who want to have a full beat on and still wear their mask. It makes perfect sense for me. I wash my mask every time I wear them, regardless of the length of time that I wear them. So I don't care if like my lip product wears off on the mask, because I'm just gonna wash it literally when I get home anyways. So for me, I don't need it. I don't need it, and I ain't gonna buy it, which is good. Colored Raine has continued to sneak peek more and more about their new products. So it looks like everything is going to be available on February 8th. I'm hoping that includes the bronzers as well. It looks like they're coming out with a full-on brush kit or brush bundle, which is going to be 7. They're coming out with a full-on brush bundle. It's going to be 10 brushes for $60, or you can just get 7 eye brushes for $35 or 3 face brushes for $25. They're synthetic and vegan, as well as I believe their new lip lacquer formula is coming out with the bronzers, or yeah, with the bronzers. So I'm really, really excited. I actually am going to take the time right now to set an alert. I know it's crazy, but I really want to get that stuff from Colored Raine, and I don't want to forget. So we gonna make an alert right now, right smow, so that I don't forget, and hopefully I can get it before it sells out, because Colored Raine, they tend to sell out of their stuff, and you know, no thank you. Okay, continuing on. What is this? A collaboration between OffWhite and Amber Pacific? Am I supposed to know one of these people? I don't know either. I don't know the significance of this, but it looks like it's all about skincare concerns when it comes to wearing your masks and stuff. I don't really know. Let me read more about this. Okay. So I get it. So it's releasing on the 31st of January at 5 p.m. PST or 8 p.m. EST. And basically it's a raffle that you could potentially win, and it provides you skincare items all associated to kind of reviving your skin after wearing a mask for long periods of time. Okay, yeah, that's not up my alley, so I can easily pass. Flawless Cosmetics Official is coming out with a concealer in 40 shades and 6 color correctors. We don't know yet the pricing, but to my knowledge, this is an indie brand, and I don't really know much about this brand, but I'm intrigued that they're coming out with such a huge shade range. I hope it's actually inclusive and not just kind of halfway inclusive. And I just look forward to learning more about the brand. Beauty Bay has been sneak peeking that they're coming out with another palette. They had a lot of success with their last range of palettes, so I'm very intrigued to see what their color scheme and their situation is going to be on this one. We don't know much. I haven't seen any real proof of it. I've only seen sneak peeks and so in black and white, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to come of this palette. Menagerie Cosmetics has shown us more sneak peeks of their new palette they're going to be releasing, and the full name is Flight Club, and it's an artistry pressed pigment palette, so it's an eyeshadow palette. And it is 12 shades. They're also coming out with a blush, liquid lipsticks, and a body scrub associated with this collection. I'm very, very excited. It's interesting to see what the color scheme is going to be and then how it fits in with their range. I feel like it makes sense. They don't have a palette to date that is truly purple, so in pink, so as long as they throw in some greens in there as well, I'll be very, very happy to pick this palette up. I really do enjoy Menagerie Cosmetics formula and pigmentation and all of that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is JC Cosmetics has come out with a fantasy collection. I think this is a really interesting, very interesting palette. It seems to combine neutrals and vivid brights, and so that's nice for somebody who just wants one colorful eyeshadow palette. It's coming out February 5th at 12 MDCT. I don't even know what MD is. I don't know. Anyways, it's coming out on February 5th. We don't see any pricing or anything like that. But it'll be interesting. I would love to know if anybody's tried this brand. The brand name sounds familiar to me for some reason, but it's just not fully clicking there. So those are all the items that I wanted to talk about today in my must have must gag. Overall, I definitely think I am intrigued by quite a few things, but a lot of the things that I'm really intrigued with, like actually picking up right now, aren't coming till February, which is perfect. My wallet needs to breathe. It needs to kind of adjust. Like I said, I had to buy a completely new computer, and computers ain't cheap. And then of course I bought a couple other things just because I wanted to, and then of course I've been paying towards my student loans, so my wallet's been having some fun, or not so much fun, and it needs a little bit of a break. So I don't think I'm going to be picking anything up really this month, or not this month, the month is over. I don't think I'm going to be picking up anything this week beauty related, which is good. And I'll be aiming to get up my update for my project pan and my haul for you guys in the beginning of February. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, y'all, Black lives do matter. Please remember to wear a mask and stay safe. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.